Hello, this is Daniel Mart, and today I'm going to be reviewing Spongebob Comics number 31. I don't know if you saw it clearly, so yeah. I got this issue a couple days yesterday. Yesterday. Sorry about that. Um, I read it. Pretty good issue. Pretty funny as usual. SpongeBob. But this is a fairly recent comic. Number 31. Jesus Christ, I can't talk today. Number 31. So, I do have to put my spoiler warnings as usual. So, 10 seconds. Spoiler warnings as usual. Starting now. Okay, so 10 seconds are up. So, those who haven't read this issue yet and are still watching this video for whatever reason, please don't comment down below or be messaging me that I never gave you a fair warning, because as usual I did. SpongeBob Comics number 31. This issue covers 4 different stories. The main one being Kings of the Night. Basically in the main one, Kings of the Night, you have Patrick and SpongeBob who watch the movie, and basically they want to stay up all night. That's basically it. They watch a movie, they want to stay up all night. They become kings of roads, and it's kind of parodies this one episode from SpongeBob, to an extent. I don't know if you saw it. It's the one with the hash slinger slasher, where it really copies off the first part of it, where SpongeBob is saying, "I'm doing this at night. Hey Squidward, I'm doing this at night," and they're basically doing that for like the first half, of the whole story, the main story. They're like, "I'm vacuuming at night. I'm running in a circle at night." So that is pretty cool. They basically try to stay up as long as they can, but eventually they do fall asleep. And that's the first story. That's the main one. Next up, you have SpongeBob Shape Up, which is in that story you have a group of students and a teacher who come to the Krusty Krab to see how a business is run, and basically SpongeBob does a few things that pisses off Mr. Krabs, and now he basically needs to find a way to bring in more customers. He comes up with a bunch of ideas, shaping himself into a burger, into Squidward. But at the end, the funniest thing, which is pretty funny, is that he shapes himself into a coupon which reads, "Buy one Krabby Patty, get 8 free," and Mr. Krabs basically goes ape shit. I don't know if you can read it, but it's pretty funny there. So that's the second story arc. Next up, you have Karad Sharks, or Sharks. It has 3 R's, and it's a pirate thing. Card Sharks. Basically you just have a group of pirates, random pirates who are using these SpongeBob playing cards, and I guess they're playing this card game. They have SpongeBob and Patrick and Plankton and Gary and whatever Sandy as the cards, the images on the cards, and it's just these guys playing cards, seeing who will win. The 4th issue, and I believe the last story in this whole issue. I believe so. No, it's the second to last. It's the third. Actually, no, there's a lot of issues here. Whatever. The next story arc storyline is of Barnacle Boy and Mermaid Man. If you don't know who those are, they're the 2 superheroes that Patrick and SpongeBob look up to. The human ones. In this issue, Mermaid Man falls in love with this girl, with this one lady, with this one female, and basically, he's trying to do everything he can in order to get her, grab her attention. At the same time, trying to do his job. Barnacle Boy doesn't buy the girl, her excuses for wanting to get with Mermaid Man, and apparently she's married to the Dirty Bubbles cousin, which is one of their antagonists. So yeah, um, yeah. It does seem like they do get married at some point, and Barnacle Boy kind of just runs off. Saying this is still complete BS. But eventually Barnacle Boy comes here to save the day, and the lady is arrested along with the Dirty Bubbles cousin. As you could see from this one panel right here. So yeah, the next two storylines are in the same page. They're each 4 panels long. The first one is SpongeBob Agent Foot, which is SpongeBob is being an idiot, and he has one foot. One of his foot has a mustache because it's in disguise, and then his other foot is caught on fire, and he's just like yelling all over the place. That's the one in the green. The second one is of SpongeBob and Patrick, and they're at the beach, and Patrick decides to put sunglasses on both of his feet because they need some like a vacation. SpongeBob, thinking Patrick's in disguise, he says, "You're not fooling me," until his other leg comes with sunglasses, and he just runs away. And then Patrick says, "My feet are on vacation," and then SpongeBob's like, "I knew that." It's a blue right there. So yeah. The last story in this is it this last one? Yeah, the last story in this comic is of is Total Coverage, where SpongeBob gets his new phone, and basically he has crappy reception. He's calling Patrick, and basically he really can't talk next to Patrick through the phone unless he's like right next to him. And eventually SpongeBob literally gets into Patrick's pants just in order to talk. And he says, "I love my new phone." Last panel right there. Oh, sorry about that. So yeah, those are the 6. I think that's 6 storylines for this issue. SpongeBob comics are known to have several storylines because it's a comic. It's a comedic comic book. It's not really intended to be taken seriously. Just small little things right there. So yeah. SpongeBob as usual is funny. The artwork for the most part. I mean, there are a few stories here that the artwork looks a bit odd, but I think for the most part, the artwork is fine. The writing, I mean, it's childish writing. I mean, it's not really meant for me. But I like SpongeBob, so I might as well get it. But I do realize it's not directed for me, so the writing, the writing in my opinion could be better, but again, it's not really directed for me. It's directed for like a 5-year-old, to entertain a 5 or 6-year-old. So yeah, but the writing they have here is pretty decent, and I guess if I was a 5 or 6-year-old, I'd be entertained with the writing alone. On a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being the worst, 10 being the best, and 6 being decent, I give this a 6 out of 10. It is decent. Not really doesn't have any problems except for the fact that I am too old for it. So, yeah. I could nitpick every here and there on the artwork and some of the writing, but again, I'm just too old for it. So, the only real reason I got it is because I like SpongeBob. So yeah. That's basically it for this review. Comment down below on your thoughts on the SpongeBob Comics number 31. Have you read it? What you think about it? Subscribe if you're not already subscribed. I do comic book reviews, TV show reviews, and movie reviews, so definitely stay tuned for those. Besides that, like this video, share on Facebook, Twitter, MySpace, or whatever you guys prefer. And that's basically it for now. This is Daniel Mart signing off.